A continuar con las buenas prácticas, vamos a volver a las cátedras valencianas de las que les estábamos hablando y nos vamos hasta la Universidad Politècnica de Valencia. Llega a este escenario Pascual Muñoz, él es director de la cátedra UPV Basic de Chip Fotónicos, que se centra en el desarrollo y la investigación de actividades de formación sobre tecnologías de integración fotónica, de circuitos fotónicos integrados y también de sus aplicaciones. Un aplauso para él.
Gracias. Gracias. Thank you. Thanks for the kind introduction. Thanks to Basic Organization for inviting me today. I will be presenting our activities in the Cátedra Chip Fotónico UPV, so the big UPV PERTE Chip Chair. I am Pascual Muñoz, and I am the director for UPV Fab, one of the clean rooms in the university side. I'm still co-founder, right, Inigo? I'm still co-founder. One always is co-founder, right? I'm still co-founder of VSF2025. I'm no longer involved in that project. It's on the hands of my colleagues, Inigo, David, and their excellent team, part of Hitachi Group, and more recently, I'm co-founder and CTO for HighPeak. So I will take, first part of the presentation, take the opportunity to give a little bit of context to introduce us and tell you what brought us to the point to have this Cátedra Chip. And then I will describe what are we doing in this industrial chair program. So we've been working on photonics for many years. Actually, the group was started by my very good colleague and friend, Professor Jose Cammani. A long time ago, we are a small group of professors in several areas of photonics, but we are lucky or successful to count with a few tens of people around, postdoctoral students, PhD masters and technicians. We have a specialization in different areas of photonics, like microwave photonics, traditionally optical networks, photonic integration technologies since, I counted the years the other day, it's already 20 years, so it's been a long path already, and several others. So we have facilities as well for characterization, and since 2018, that we took the challenge to give another life to this pilot line facility. We count also with semiconductor process capabilities in this clean room UPV Fab. So our group has been doing really great, I would say, in terms of all indicators, and not only on the scientific indicators, but also I would say on the business ones. We've been entrepreneurs with VLC Photonics, the first of our companies, and several others that some of them are still running successfully. We also established a resident company program in our laboratories, so there are companies coming by to the labs, working in the labs with their own equipment, with their own staff, collaboratively with us. We're very open-minded and flexible in that, and that's proving to be very good, because we have then the opportunity to expose our students that we get involved in the industrial chairs or even in our official studies with the companies. So UPV Fab is something that a Valencian company, Silicon Energy, established in the campus a few years ago already. And then it was somehow revived after the downturn of the solar cell manufacturing industry in Europe by a project from Austrian Microsystem. As I mentioned, we took over operations in 2018. And since then, we have been working in different areas. So it is a multi-institute facility, photonics, electronics, and chemical engineering. And there are companies around those areas that are resident and work with us. I just mentioned that we established HighPeak to commercialize, in particular, the hybrid integration technology that we have been developing in my group in the facility. So this is a new coming company to the photonics ecosystem in Spain, and worldwide it aims to be a OEM manufacturing, so providing dedicated manufacturing services using the hybrid integration platform that we are developing for several vertical applications. But this started, as I said, like 20 years ago. So we started several universities and research centers in Spain, started to think what we do could have economic value. We're going to be starting up or transferring it to industry. That is what it drove like the first 10 years of this 20 years time span. At some point, like around 2017, we decided we should do some ecosystem mapping. We should do some ecosystem integration activities and to understand what we have in Spain in terms of photonic integration, what is missing, and where do we want to go. Okay, so we finally took the opportunity post-COVID, as I think that many technical fields, to somehow inform the government agencies about what do we have in Spain in terms of photonic integration, what is missing, what can we do, how we can be worldwide competitive in this field. And I think that we were quite successful in convincing them of the opportunity that Spain had on photonic integration. This image has changed a lot in the last 7 years. Even in the last 2-3 years, I have added to this image like very few logos after many years of having all times the same logo. So that means there are more companies starting up on photonic integration. We have mapped a technology part of the supply chain, from the R&D to the test and packaging through foundry and design, and as well the application side of the supply chain with fabless users of those technologies, equipment vendors that embed those technologies in their systems, and candidate end users. So I mentioned that we started these photonic integration activities, ecosystem integration activities, in 2017, and we started that like in an event like the one that we're seeing here today. We brought together everyone that we knew, national, international, relevant to the field, relevant to the hot topics in the field, and we created the Photonic Integration Week. Next February, last week, we're running the 9th edition. We only missed one in 21 because of the COVID-19. And we're really happy about it. It is, since 2 years ago, well above 100 attendees. And we're since 2-3 years ago, we're selling the exhibit the day after. So it has a nice acceptance. It is very cozy. You get the opportunity to talk to everyone. And I think that is what we like, and we want to keep that spirit. I mentioned that we did a lot of activities informing the government offices about how important photonic integration would be. And then that was acknowledged as one of the strategic assets in the supply chain. I don't know if there is a laser. Yes, there is a laser, but I cannot even see it there. I see it in my hand, but not there. Okay. Yeah, okay, anyway, photonic integration, a strategic asset, micro-nanofabrication, strategic assets, and this is kind of a summary in one slide of the PERTE chip that has been mentioned several times today. So one of the things, and it is related to this session today, is the lack of human resources to do all of this, right? This huge investment of 12 billion, who is going to do the work? And there was a concern. That is why there was this line on education, and that led to the 14 chairs that are all around the place in Spain. And the ones presenting here today are some examples. Okay. Well, not only that, we led an initiative, Pick Spain, that highlighted the importance of having manufacturing facilities in Spain. And that was scaled up to Europe, resulted into the 5th pilot line. Tomorrow we have a roundtable on pilot lines, first session in the morning, so you will come. And it is an initiative led from Spain, from ICFO in Barcelona. And in our case, we're doing hybrid integration. We're coordinating the overall 20 partners hybrid integration activities from Valencia. We got a very nice investment in this 400 million program that actually funds all the R&D, and that also funds all education related to that R&D, as well as a nice budget for equipment But very soon, the university managers recognized that we needed a new space, very much suited to pilot line manufacturing, and that is why, hopefully, cross fingers, we're building a new facility in the industrial park at La Liana, in an area that has a lot of opportunities to grow, both for industry and education. We're also coordinating the competence center associated to photonic integration, which is kind of the bridge between the end users and the pilot lines. And that's it. I'll talk about the cátedra. I took 10 minutes about the context. There is like 16 minutes left. So who is participating? Well, the cátedra we are the recipients at the university, but this, of course, would not be possible without the sponsorship and cooperation of 5 companies from the supply chain. 3 of those are spin-off companies from our group, VLC Photonics, Ipronics, and CalSense. But the other 2, Material LiDAR, is a company based in Madrid that addresses products for these detectors or range detectors based on light. And then Spark Foundry is a company being set up in Vigo that will be a 3.5 semiconductor foundry. So cátedra is co-chaired by me and by my colleague, Professor Kamani. We got funds from public funding and the companies. And we devised 5 research lines aligned with the 5 sponsoring companies' interests, of course. We designed 1 master program. I will give details in short. Our top admission number was 10. So we wanted only to get max 10 students because most of them go into the clean room. Well, all of them go into the clean room. All of them go into the peak testing laboratories. And we decided to give quality rather than quantity. This is a workforce development program, so that means they need to do a lot of hands-on. And that is why we dropped it to 10. We got like, per edition, we get like 20, 30 candidates, applications, and we do not even select 10 if we consider that they're not good enough. So we got 6, 7, and 7. We just started the 3rd edition. So this 3rd edition started last week, and we have 7 students. I think it's very appealing to the students because we decided not only to make it tuition-free, but we give them a grant for all the period of the master. Okay, and it is, of course, aligned with networking events and dissemination actions, such as the Photonic Integration Week. The topics, where there are 2 transversal topics, one for manufacturing, for a Spark Foundry, another one for design / assembly test packaging for VLC Photonics, and then some other more focus on vertical, so that means on a specific applications such as programmable photonics, LiDAR, coherent LiDAR for all material, and then structural sensing instrumentation for CalSense. We just mobilized a lot of capital equipment in the clean room. This, I leave you there for completeness. I won't bore you with that. And we also took the opportunity to co-fund some of the characterization equipments with the cátedra budget. But so contents of the masters. So it's a 60 CTS master with the courses I mentioned are related to the different companies. So 2 transversal courses, fabrication and test and design, and 3 application-oriented courses, programmable photonics, LiDAR, and sensors. We do also have seminars, and this is a call for all of you in the room. We have seminars where we want to show the students not only the technical part of the story, not only the photonics part of the story, so we also want electronics people coming by to the seminars, showing what they do in electronics, microelectronics, MEMS, whatsoever. Business people coming to the seminars, explaining to our students the business models that they run their businesses on, and so on and so forth. So we will be having our seminars the 2 weeks before the Christmas break. So if any one of you thinks they have some value to add to our students, please let us know. We're very happy to welcome you in the seminars of the PQPV PERTE Chip Chair. Then this is done mainly at the university, should we say. So that is done at university premises, so classroom and the clean room and the laboratories, mainly by a group of people which is around 30 people. I would say like 20 or something are people from our research group, other 10 people are from the companies. So they come, they lecture the students in their very specialized part of knowledge, and that is adding a lot of value to them. Then, when we go into the master thesis period, it's the other way around. We ask the companies, please propose master thesis topics. Take the students with you and develop those activities with them. Of course, we can help them from the university as well, but somehow the load is passed to the companies in that period. And it has been proving very good in the first 2 editions. This is new. This was not in the proposal, because when we start talking to the different official studies, so this master of us is a own title of UPV. It's not official study, but it's getting a lot of acceptance. When we started discussing with the official studies at the telecom faculty, what we do, they were very much attracted. So all of them were asking for short-term internships, flexibility, not stick to dates, times, because they of course have their own studies, official studies running. So they wanted to have something compatible with their studies. So we thought we could have them like in an old-fashioned apprentice-style way. So that means that we get them. I can put an example. There is this girl that says, hey, I heard about lithography in this course by this professor in my physics engineering course. I want to learn more about lithography. Okay, rather than giving her another book, we just made with the engineer doing lithography. They make informal appointments. Look, this day I'm going to do a spin coating and the litho of this. Come with me into the clean room. They go into the clean room, they take the notes, they sit lively rather than studying it from the book or in a classroom. And we do that in lithography, we do that in etching, in deposition and growth, but we also do that in design. I have several students that do learn design in a very, informal way. I send them materials, they read them, we get together from time in time, and they progress as much as the others that follow the course. So this is proving to be very, very, very interesting for them, and also very appealing for us because it's a different way of teaching. This work sometimes will result into their thesis, either the bachelor or the master thesis. Is something that they do part-time, in between 4 and 9 months, and that's sponsored by the Cátedra Chip. We've had around like 20 students in 1 year time, and we're getting more applications for the year coming. I will spare this one. Who is involved? I already said that we are around like 20 people from the group, and the courses are led by several of us. In the proposal, we wrote that we would explore different synergies for the cátedras, but I like to be honest. This has been proven not to be something that we have done so far. Even not with the colleagues sitting there, which we said that we would share some courses and cross some CVs. I said here in public, Paco, Nieves, Paola, please, let's do this. I would like, and we wrote, and we are convinced that some of our students would be interested in parts of your studies, and the other same, and the other way around. And if we do that locally, then probably we could consider do that nationwide. Okay, yes, same thing. So Yeah, and how do we see the future with all this picture I gave? We see that the talent is central, and that is why we plot it there. Talent is central. We can't do anything without people. We need people. We need people for the industry. We need the industry to tell us what these people has to do, what knowledge is missing, and then to define the courses. We need the industry to tell us, hey, look, we need these technologies, and then through the competence center, guide them to the pilot lines, as well as help them finding the funding and the projects and the partners for this. We need to take all this and put it into the official studies. It was already there, but it's getting more and more into the official studies. And of course, we still need to do the research and the ambition of the pilot manufacturing that we have embarked on recently. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. I am very happy to take questions maybe afterwards by email. However, thank you.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, Pascual. Bueno, pues